Hello everyone, welcome to my second stream. We're testing out if Zoho Mail is still free. Just checking. 1, 2 testing. Let's see. Yes, we are live. We are live. Welcome to my second stream. We're testing out if Zoho Mail is still free. And so we had left it at selecting industry type. So I had entered my domain name. Let's go over the steps once more. We are at the domain addition step in the Zoho Mail admin dashboard. So here it says welcome to Zoho Mail. Add a domain you already own, to continue your account setup. So we are providing an existing domain name. This is one that I own there, and my organization name I've provided as well. So industry type is mandatory according to this banner. So we're going to select an industry type, and for this one I'll pick media and entertainment. Then we'll click add now. And so we'll have to wait. Now after we've added the domain, we'll need to proceed to domain verification. This step is in order for us to prove that we own this domain. Okay. Let's wait. So the page is loaded, and for security reasons you need to verify your ownership of kwamwena.link. You can verify this one by one of the following methods. Please note that it won't affect your existing email/domain management services. Add a TXT record in the DNS. Okay, so we have identified that your domain manager is Namecheap. So Zoho, once you enter your domain name, it seems they have an automated process by which they can use to identify your domain name. So now add a new TXT record and copy paste the TXT value from the following table into the DNS configuration. Okay. You may have to wait for 30 minutes to 1 day for this change to propagate, depending on the TTL value that you've entered. Finally, come back to this page and click on the Verify TXT Record button that follows to complete the domain verification process. Okay. Right about now, I'm going to log in to my Namecheap account. So I'm going to do it off screen, and I'll go to my domain management settings. Okay. So we will first, I'll sign in. I've entered my username and password for me to sign into my domain. Next, let me increase. Okay. So the next thing that I will do is add the TXT record in the DNS. So for me to do that, let me put the domain name view, the domain Namecheap dashboard into view so that you can see it. And I'll click on my domain name, click on manage. Now I've entered the manage domain management or domain control panel for my domain name. The next thing, increase the size. The next thing is we will go to advanced DNS. Right. So right now I'm in the advanced DNS settings for my domain kwamwena.link. Next thing that I will do is add a txt record. So I'll click on add new record, which is here. So I'll select txt record, and for the host, let's check what we should enter for the host. We're going to enter at or leave it blank. Then the value we're going to enter is this one provided by Zoho. So we'll enter the value provided by Zoho. The next thing, we'll leave the TTL automatic and save the changes. Oh, we need to make sure we filled in the host, so we'll simply enter an at right there. I'm sure that will fix the error. Save changes. Changes have been saved. So according to, after we've added the records, we have to wait for 30 minutes to 1 day for this change to propagate, depending on the TTL value that you've entered. So we could try verifying now, just so we see. Maybe it's already active, maybe it's already verified. So verify. The DNS records may take a while depending on the TTL to get propagated and reflect in your domain. Hence, you may need to wait for a while after you've added the records and try again. You could also verify the record if the records have propagated in this link. So feel free to reach for us. So let's just copy the link and add it here. Okay. Oh, just a quick note. As for the steps, we'll get back to them. I've decided to write the steps after I've completed the process. This will make the process of me verifying if Zoho Mail still works for free email setup much quicker. Okay, so let's copy the link, copy and paste it, and try to see if anything. Let's wait for it to load. Okay. All right. It seems as if the records are now verified. So let's try verifying again. Verify TXT record. Yes, we're good to go. We've proven that we own domain name. Now, you are the superior administrator of this organization. Create your domain-based email address. Okay, so this one, I'll just call it admin at kwamwena.link. And what we'll do next is click on create. So it will be admin@kwamwena.link. That's admin@kwamwena.link. So we're creating, this is the super administrator of this organization. So let's wait whilst they're setting things up. Okay, let's close this window. Okay, right, so I've registered my first email. This selection lists the users that have been added to your organization account. Click on a user's name to view detailed information about the particular user or to change any user specific settings. So we click on this one. That's me. I think it pulls information from my login details, and it's all right. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to try is to send an email to this email address. Okay, but I don't know how I can then view the email. This I'll have to check. I'll have to try out. So how do I then view the email? Okay, first things first, I'm going to log into my personal email account and try to send an email to this registered email. I've even received an email from the Zoho team telling me that my new email address has been added. Okay. All right. So let me try composing an email to send. So an email addressed to admin@kwamwena.link, and the subject would be test. And this is a test. Let's send and see what happens. So message has been sent successfully. How do we check if how do we check now? What is the step involved? Okay, let's click on proceed. Okay, I've received an email from saying address not found. Your message wasn't delivered to admin, so it hasn't been set up. It doesn't work yet, so we need to proceed to set up groups. Okay, I was in a rush, but now it's been confirmed that first we need to do some setup things. So groups in Zoho Mail help organization users to streamline their communication both internally or minimizing email clutter. Let's see, create a new group, enter the basic details and click proceed. You can add members in the next step. Who can send emails to the group? Okay. All right. This I do not understand. What about DNS mapping? It says once you verify your domain and create users, you will be able to send emails from domain-based accounts. However, you will not be able to receive emails until you configure the MX records for your domain. we have identified that your domain name manager is Namecheap. Log into your Namecheap DNS account. Now add the records from the following table to the DNS settings page. Click here for detailed instructions. So, okay, I'm supposed to add these records. Then I'll have to verify, like in the previous step about the TXT records, I'll have to. So we'll start with the MX records. So let me go back to my Namecheap Namecheap dashboard in the advanced DNS settings, and then let me add the MX record as outlined by the Zoho mail setup instructions. So we'll click on MX record. Seems there is no record, MX record here. What do we do? What do we do? MX record. Okay, let's check again. Record type MX record. Okay. All right. Why don't we have an option for MX record? Why doesn't an option for MX record? So let's click on detailed instructions. If your DNS manager is hosted with Namecheap, follow the steps below to add the MX records. Under the domain manage section, which is where I'm at, under the domains manage section, navigate to advanced DNS and scroll down to mail settings. In mail settings, select custom MX. Oh, okay. Mail settings. Okay. Let's do that. So let's go to mail settings. Let's go to custom MX. And there we go. Then, whilst we are here, now we can add the values. Priority. What about priority? 10. So this one is priority 10, and mx.zoho.com for the value. Priority, enter 10, mx.zoho.com. Then TTL will leave it at automatic. Okay, let's wait for a bit as the changes are being saved. Whilst we're waiting for the changes to be saved, let's check on the next record. The next record is MX at it's an MX record with the values MX for the record type, at for the host, mx2.zoho.com for the value, and a priority of 20. So it's still adding the host record, so we still have to wait for a bit. We're facing some internet connectivity problems. Let's see if the internet connectivity has been fixed. Let's see if the internet connectivity has been fixed. We're facing some internet connectivity problems. Let's see if the internet
internet connectivity has been fixed.
Okay. It seems the internet connectivity has been fixed, but we might have to refresh this page to see if the advanced DNS records we added have been added. So we said mail settings, custom MX. Okay, wait. First, before we check the custom MX, you must confirm to see if anything has been added. No, not at all. Nothing has been added. So we'll go over the process once again. So according to the process, for us to add an MX record to Namecheap, we first click on custom MX. Then in the MX record modal, we add a host of @ with the first one, the priority is 10. Then the mail server is mx.zoho.com. Alright. Then the TTL will leave it at automatic. Then save the changes. Nice. This has been done as quickly as possible. So we go to the next record. The next record is MX again with a host of @, but the value is mx2.zoho.com. That's mx2.zoho.com with a priority of 20. So we'll go over the steps once again. Custom MX is selected under mail settings. We then click add new record and add the host @, then a priority of 20, then a mail server of mx2.zoho.com. Then save the changes. The next step after this is to add another MX record. This is the final MX record, and this one is mx3.zoho.com with a priority of 50. Okay, that's mx3.zoho.com with a priority of 50. So host @ priority 50 and a mail server mx3.zoho.com. Then save the changes once again. So we have added the MX records successfully. Now the next step would be to add the SPF record. So for the SPF, you just need to create a TXT record, then add the SPF value. Okay, all right. So let's do this off screen, and yeah, let's do this off screen there. So we have to go back to the advanced DNS, and now we're going to add a TXT record. So we click on add new record, not add new record for the email. This is a new record for TTL, which is an SPF to be specific. So we click on add new record. What do we have? So we select TXT. That's the one we want, with a host of @ and the value will copy. It says here that on checking your DNS records, we see that there's an existing SPF record for your domain. Multiple SPF records are invalid according to the sender policy framework. Replace the existing TXT record with the following SPF record. Oh, okay. So I think Namecheap has an email forwarding, so we have to cancel this one option. Okay, so we have to check for the email forwarding option. All right, so what's being said here is that we need to replace the existing txt value with the following merged value. So the txt record they're referring to is this one for email forwarding. It even has SPF1, so it's a sender policy framework record. So we will copy the one which merges the values. That's the one we will copy in this case. So let's copy that one and go to the email forwarding, then edit, click on edit, yes, and update the txt records. Oh, what has just happened here? Alright, something funny has happened. Okay, just something weird has happened here. Okay, alright. What the? Right, something weird is happening here. I don't know exactly to fix this, but email forwarding. So yes, I want to edit a blocked record, and let's control V. So finally we've fixed that small issue and added the merged SPF value. So we'll save all the changes. Now what we'll do for now is view the SPF value once again, and let's see the instructions. Okay, these instructions are just related to the MX record. They're not about the SPF. Oh, okay. What about the SPF? Right, I'm going through this. Then okay, I'll just have to assume that these things will fix themselves later on, but we have added the SPF record. So next would be the DKIM record, which is a TXT record. So here I'll add a new TXT record. Let me first delete this one, as this one is unnecessary. This one is related to Bravo Mail when I was still setting up my account using Bravo Mail, but today we're using Zoho. Zoho instead of Bravo. So we're going to add a new record called a TXT record. And what are the values? So we have to add Zmail domain key. Copy that and add it to the advanced DNS host. This is the host, so we'll paste it in the host section. And then for the value, is that correct? Yes, value, we will copy this very long value here, DKIM1, and copy. Oh, there's a copy button. So we've copied and paste that. Then leave that for automatic. Save the changes. Once we have saved the changes, let's just confirm. Oh, our custom MX record are no longer there. This is quite tricky. This is quite tricky. What to do? So what we'll do for now is copy this value, so we'll copy that, and I think we'll have to delete this email forwarding record, because as you can see, the custom MX records are gone, so we have to add them again. So I think you can only add one kind of setting, one kind of mail setting here. So we'll have to delete this record. I don't see how you could delete it. So we can say or not delete it. Or we have to add the custom MX record again. I don't know. So what I'll try for now is just adding the custom MX record. I think I can remember them. So we'll start with the first one. The host is at. The server is The server is mx.zoho.com, priority 10. Save all changes. Wait. Is it the internet again? Last time the internet connection just skipped on us. Oh, this time it's been saved correctly. Let's add another record and this one is mx2, priority 20. Then let's save and wait for the changes to be saved. Let's add another record, which is the final record, and it's mx.com, and with a priority of 50. Save the changes. Okay. Alright. We'll have to wait for a bit. Now let's go back to the Zoho email setup. Added the MX records, we've added the SPF record, minutes to 1 day for this change to propagate, depending on the TTL value that you've entered. You can also in domain setup. Okay, let's verify all records. Let's verify all records. Okay. Right. Okay. So we'll have to wait for a bit. So let's click the link just to speed things up. We're still waiting. Okay, no problem. Right, let's recap the steps we've just taken now. So after adding a super domain, what did we do? We had to add MX records, right? What were these MX records? We had mx.zoho.com, mx2.zoho.com, and mx.zoho.com priorities, with priorities 20 and 50 respectively. Okay, what else did we do? We had to add, besides the MX records, we had to add the SPF record. Okay, so we added record and the settings, then we add the DKIM record. So if I remember correctly, we had this one, we used a merged